When I first started exploring graphic design, it was more of a hobby than anything else. I was just this curious guy fascinated by the way colors, shapes, and layouts could come together on a screen. I didn't know then that it would turn into, well, my life's work in design and technology. But like anything, it kind of started simple, playing around with 3D design tools, experimenting with logos, and honestly just having fun solving these little visual puzzles. At some point, though, I realized, there was this huge potential to do more. It wasn't just about making things look good, it was about making them work for people. That's when I started diving into UI and UX. And UX in particular opened my eyes to, what it really means to design with the user in mind. Like thinking beyond aesthetics to address usability, experience, and emotions. This idea of crafting with purpose became central to everything I do. I remember my first freelance project. It was a website redesign for a client who had, let's just say, very specific needs. They wanted like 10 different styles mashed into one page. And I realized, that wasn't going to fly. What I learned there, though, was you really have to listen, but also guide, I broke things down for them and suggested a user-centered approach that simplified their ideas but made the site much more intuitive. The result? A happy client, and honestly, it taught me how to navigate complex demands while still staying true to effective design principles. And that's how I developed this balance, adapting to what the client envisions while keeping their target audience at the heart of the design. So here's the thing about designing user-centered products. It's not just about what looks good, it has to truly work for the end user. I mean, when I take on any project, I always ask myself, how is this solving a problem? How is this making someone's life easier? That kind of thinking has shaped every phase of my process. Take, for example, some of the projects I've done for artists. You might think, well, art websites are just about showcasing visuals, right? But it's more than that. And it's also about how an audience interacts with those visuals. Like with Hannah Natali's project, it wasn't just a site for her artwork. It was about creating an immersive experience. I designed it so visitors could almost feel like they were walking through a gallery. Everything from the layout to the color choices made the browsing experience feel super intentional, like it was tailored just for them. And then there's work like the mobile app I developed for an educational institution. The challenges, there were plenty. You've got a bunch of features educators need, scheduling, assignments, communication. But then there's this whole layer of making sure it's intuitive enough for like students and parents too. What we came up with was this modular interface where every user, teacher, student, or parent could see exactly what they needed at a glance. But we didn't stop there. We added a bit of personalization so the app feels alive, almost like it's adapting to their needs over time. These are exactly the kinds of projects where my focus on user experience and honestly the basics of good design really shine. And getting recognized with those 7 awards, that's been, I'd say, a humbling reminder. It's not just about the accolades, though. It's that recognition for actually improving lives through design. Whether it's intuitive interfaces for educators or seamless web experiences for artists, It's all about enhancing how people connect and interact. And that's one of the things I love about this work. You put a bit of yourself into